Hey Pectus Warrior, in today's video what I was going to talk about is whether your posture is making your pectus worse, and we're actually going to test this with a test that you guys can download for free in the link in the description of this YouTube video. So anyway, basically the YouTube video you're about to see is from my course, the Pectus Transformation Project. So I hope you guys are appreciating this if you haven't signed up, and by the way, if you think this is dope stuff, wait till you actually get the program. But yeah, so this posture test, basically it's going to test whether you have two postural positions that make your pectus look worse, which is the rounded forward shoulders and an anterior pelvic tilt. And they're also very common with pectus due to the bone structure that we have, tight chest muscles, and the alignment that we have. And these conditions do make your pectus a lot worse. So it's good to test for them to see if you have it, and then do an appropriate stretching regime to combat it, okay? So all my clients, when they do this test, they have a full stretching regime, and then there's different exercises for the two different postural positions, and so they choose whether it's to do the appropriate exercises. Because for example, if you don't have an anterior pelvic tilt, then what's the point in trying to correct it? But it's good to analyze your own posture and see kind of where you're at, and then we can see like how you can make your pectus look better. Anyway, without blabbing on anymore, I'm going to play the video, which is straight from my online course, the Pectus Transformation Project. So if it seems a bit disjointed in the way I'm talking to the camera, it's because it's talking to my clients, it's not talking to you guys on YouTube, so I'm just like wording my words a little bit different, but that's why. So yeah, anyway, enjoy. Alright, so this is your posture test module, okay? So it's really important we test your posture so we know what kind of posture you have. You know, do you have rounded shoulders? Do you have an anterior pelvic tilt? Because when you get to your stretching regime PDF, there'll be a whole bunch of exercises in there, and they're all there, and you need to choose the appropriate exercises for you. So for example, if you do not have an anterior pelvic tilt, then there's no point doing the exercises to combat that. If anything, you could just be making matters worse. So you've got to assess your own posture and see what it's like. So in the PDF associated with this module, you'll see the two components of the posture test I want you to do. One is just simply taking a photo from profile view and looking at your posture, and the other is an actual exercise that I want you to do and score yourself and see where you're at. And that should give you an idea of where your posture's at, and then you can choose the appropriate exercises. And then also we can retest. I want you to retest your posture every 4 weeks, okay? So every month I want you to retest your posture and see where you're at. And then you can see if you're getting improvements. This is going to keep you more accountable to the stretching regime, because you're going to know you're going to be retesting and seeing where you're at, and you should see some good improvements. And that means you're going to be improving your posture, loosening tight chest muscles associated with pectus, and making it look better. Now, the two common postural issues associated with pectus are the rounded shoulders due to tight chest muscles, so you will be testing that in the first one, and the other is anterior pelvic tilt. So they are very common, and they do make your pectus look worse. So if you do have them, we really need to combat them to make your pectus look better. Anyway, download the PDFs associated with this module and do the test.